one.
In terms
Like,
of like
by a lot.
history around the Hiroshima bomb.
If we're doing like the World War II anime movies, is Clear the Fireflies and then everything else.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean,
Although I wouldn't want to watch it again.
no, yeah, I'm good on that.
Pretty much none of these I'd want to watch twice, but.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit podcast. It's your favorite host with the most, Sam the Mom. Someone called me that in the DMs the other day, and I was like, I like that a lot. I totally forgot that. I used to hate it, but now I like it a lot. And with me, of course, every week is Danny.
I'm super depressed right now.
I understand. And Knockington.
I think I have the black lung, Pop. Too far?
Damn it, son, you've been down there one day.
Who's winning the match?
It's, you know what, after watching this movie, it's a little much. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little like
We're doing anniversary spotlight, all right? We had to pick something. You want to watch 100 episodes or not?
Anniversary spotlight, which we could have reviewed this whenever. I don't know why Nick always has to hinge on the fact that it's an
I've been saying
it's
that
convenient
forever.
timing. Also, plus Barefoot Gen relates to Oppenheimer, okay? A little bit.
Which came out like 15 years ago. Anyway,
No,
so
Oppenheimer came out in the summer. What are you talking about?
15
like 2 months ago.
It's already, that's in Hollywood years, that's already 15 years old.
What would be the Barbie to Barefoot Gen? What would be the Barbie? Ursa Yatsu or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, Nick revealed it before I was going to say it, but we're reviewing Barefoot Gen from 1983. It is 50 years old in July. It was 50 years old.
No, 40.
40.
40.
I don't know how to math.
It feels like 50.
Because 85, 83. Hold on, let me count on my hands. 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89.
Just keep going.
Smoky, honey.
Sam, when were you born?
1990.
You were,
I was born
so you're almost 50 is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay, yeah, now 40. 40 years old. This movie's older than my butt.
Then that's
younger than Sudi, which is funny.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. Sudi's like, he's only a year and a half older than me. But like, yeah, dude, Barefoot Gen, an anime film that's a historical dramatization and of the atomic bomb of Hiroshima. So, yes, I know that sounds like, oh, well, damn, why don't you guys just talk about Grave of the Fireflies or some shit? It's like, well, everyone already knows that one, okay? We
reviewed Grave of the... Oh, we did review that one in the
I'm pretty sure we did in the giblets. Yeah, in the giblets.
God, was that one of the lost episodes? I hope not. We had one lost episode. I don't know which shows it was or movies. Anyway.
That might have been one of the lost ones.
I don't think it was. That was not the... I don't think it was because that was like the first one we did.
But we redid it with Danny, so it's fine. I'm pretty sure we did. We go over this every time, and I don't remember.
We forget.
But like, yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. I'll get back to you. But no, like, yeah, it's based on a manga by Keiji Nakazawa. Okay, it came out a long time ago, and they made a couple films. There's also a slew of live action films as well.
All right,
not that matters, but like, you know, that's how popular this work is. You know, it's like all these years later they made these live action movies. I think they came out in like the 70s and the 80s, and there was one that came out in 2007, and there's constant theater productions of it and all that good stuff. So
I hear they didn't even use special effects for the live action. They did what do you call that when you're the actor and you're really in character?
Method acting.
Yeah, they never mind.
Don't, man, don't do it.
Never mind.
Don't fucking do
Super
it.
Fucked. They dropped a real bomb on themselves as an actor.
Fucking do it, man.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
well, what are you gonna do? You know, like, yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing at the absurdity of it. All right.
What are you gonna do? You know, forget about it. Anyways,
we should discuss the ethicalness. I can't think
That's
of words
not even
right
a
now.
word.
Ethicalness.
And I didn't even
Nickism.
say that. I didn't even say that.
That's not even a Dannyism, man.
That's
I was
not
gonna
a-
say ethnicity. We should discuss the ethnicity.
Well, see, the thing about Japanese people.
the ethicalness of dropping the bombs versus not dropping them. We could talk about that as people who are not historians and don't fucking know what they're talking about.
Let's talk about why dropping the bomb is not gooder than.
I mean, it would have been terrible either way. Like anyway.
It's not gooder than the reverse. Anyways, no, let's just jump into it, man. Contact info. Here we go. Links.animesummit.net. Okay. I'm also going to tell you about this really quick. And also I want to remind you guys, we got a show swap coming at the end of October. Chobits and Planetes. Okay, so that comes out.
Yeah.
That comes out November 3rd.
And those are also a Double Dipper Spotlight 20-year anniversary of those.
Who cares?
That's a
Or in
double
some
honcho.
years, that'd be a 30-year anniversary.
Shut up. I failed math. I had to take an alternative school. Okay, shut up. Fucking. Anyways, you have until November 3rd to watch both of those with us as Danny and Nick make that trade. Okay. I'm excited to rewatch Chobits, and I don't remember watching Planet Test. I feel like I have, but like if I did, it was like when I was a kid with Mario and Rob or something, and it was like a couple episodes. So I don't remember it that much. But like, yeah, November 3rd is when that comes out. So you have like literally a whole month to like watch both of those with us. Okay, show swap. Also, Shopify number 2. Or sorry, I was reading Danny's thing when she wrote there, so it said number 2. Okay, Shopify. There's a few issues that we ran into. There's some people's orders not being processed, and I think I figured out why. And it's because we have to set up the PayPal for it. And I thought, for some reason, that was like, I don't know why I didn't think to set that up. So that's my fault completely. But for the people who did order stuff so far, the patrons, because it's only open to the patrons right now, to the patrons who ordered merch and stuff so far, I love you guys so much. I appreciate it. It's amazing. Kai already posted a selfie with one of the shirts. Love it. Looks great on you. He purchased the Heather Gray shirt with just the words Anime Summit Podcast on it with the little waveforms on the edges. I like that. Looks good on you. Looking great. I think somebody got a mug. King got a mug, I think. There's a mug on there. And
I love the mug. That's a good one. I like the waveform waifu picture one too. That's a good one.
I believe Sen got that one. So like
it's like a retro version of it or something.
Yeah. It's just like it looks like a 90s bubbly desktop kind of window thing. Which I've been really into lately. I've been really into that kind of aesthetic. So super cool. So thank you. We will get that stuff sorted out. I've contacted head of finances, aka Kim Chutka, and I've also sent a memo to Honey Bear. So we will get that set up and fixed right away and sorted out for you. Okay, Danny.
Breckpack series number 2. We recorded this like 3 months ago. And
16 years ago.
And it's now coming out. So you guys are going to get a double whammy episode this week. This Breckpack episode, we did 16 Candles and the Breakfast Club, and Sam was a part of that as well. So, and
You're probably wondering what I said about Long Duck Dong.
You'll
Of
have
course,
to
it's
listen.
terrible.
You'll have to
but
listen
you
and find
just have
out.
to listen to my take on it. Yeah, I mean, I still think it's bad, but
Yeah.
I have more to say about it, obviously, because the way. I mean, he partied hard, man. Long Duck Dong partied hard.
He did.
He partied hard.
And you said that. So
I will say this. I just want to mention this really quick. I stupidly in that episode decided to be like, so by the way, in terms of, because it's an EX and a cinematography. And
yeah.
part of a series that King and Danny are doing called the Brat Pack series. So like I was all like, so we actually did cinematography like this, but did this movie in review. So it's actually cinematography number this, and EX number this, and Brat Pack number this. So like obviously some EX episodes that were cinematographies have come out since then. And so like, it might come off a little weird, like, or, I don't know. It's goofy, right? So like EX. So like I had to message Danny and be like, okay, by the way, that episode is EX 28.
Yeah.
Now it's 29. Now it's 30.
Now it's 30.
Because
yeah.
I put out like 4 different EX episodes since then, and then me and Danny put out the most recent one, which was the Girl Talk. So now this one is EX 31, Cinematography 9, and Brad Pack Series 2, and Part 7, Deluxe, 2000, the
twice removed.
Twice removed.
Anyway,
The end.
yeah, so that's out. So hope you guys like that one. We had fun with that
So
one.
yeah, you'll by the time you wake up and see this episode, that should be uploaded with that. So double time, double Anime Summit, double the penises, double the fun, double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Double cheese.
I miss when it was Wednesday and I could get a double cheeseburger for 35 cents at McDonald's, baby. Okay, anyways.
That'd be such a good commercial.
Shout out to Tie My Shoe. You've never heard Tie My Shoe?
No.
Dude, he's this Hmong rapper, or he was Hmong or Vietnamese. I think he was Vietnamese. He's a Vietnamese rapper, and that was like the chorus of the song. He was like, "I miss it was Wednesday." I'll send it to you. It's good. It's good. Anyways, waifu. Oh no, I'm sorry. Question of the week, Nick.
All right, this is from TCB, and he asks, what is your preferred environment / vibe when you watch anime or read manga?
I already know Nick's.
What is mine?
On the toilet.
On the bucket.
You got me.
You got me. Dude, all I can think about
I
is...
did watch a little bit of Legend of the Galactic Heroes on the toilet. I did.
No, dude.
On my phone.
Yeah, Nick jokes a lot like he only watches anime on the toilet. We don't know it's not true. But like
I watched a little bit, yeah.
him setting his tablet or phone up on the bucket is like the Nick thing. That's why, this is the
Yeah, I don't
bucket.
do that anymore, but that's past Nick.
We just run with it though. Like
Yeah.
and so then I just think of like when WAP came out, and then Nick would always just be like, grab a bucket.
I don't
He did that for like a month.
I don't even like the song that much. I just like to say it.
he just likes the hook. Yeah. Like,
Sam, when you get back into doing drawing Fists of Summit, you should have a little segment of Nick setting up himself to watch anime on his bucket.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A little iPad or phone kickstand or something.
how a lot of manga always do like a little short.
yeah,
short
like a
chapter at
little
the end of some
extra thing.
comedic thing.
Yeah, a bonus chapter.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that could be funny.
And like one of us comes in is like, Nick, what are you doing?
He's grabbing a bucket. Obviously. Dude.
No,
yeah.
then I gesture and we both watch it.
Yeah.
Come over. We're both gonna watch anime on this bucket.
All right, fine. Yeah, dude. Honestly, my preferred way to watch it is literally sitting at my computer and watching it. There was a time where I was watching it on my phone for a while. Like when I got back into White Shorts and stuff, I would watch like the latest episode of SAO like on my phone. There was this one YouTube channel that would literally upload it right as it premiered in Japan. And then like I was like really into SAO back then. And I was like, oh my God, I had to watch the latest episode. But like, so my preferred way to read manga is obviously the physical format. But when it comes to weekly things I read it on my tablet or my phone. Lately it's been my phone because my iPad is getting old and crusty and poopy and slow. So loading Manga Plus on that thing or any manga app on it is poopy. But
Yeah, I have a
prefer
difficult
to be laying in
time
bed with-
uploading like even the Viz Media app on my Kindle. It just does not. I can't find it on the Kindle. It's weird. So
yeah, it's goofy. I don't know. It always
Yeah.
depends on like the device. Like maybe it's just the way the app is or something. It just
Yeah.
doesn't work on every device properly, which it should, but my preferred way to read manga right now, I guess you could say, is laying in my bed with my phone or tablet with, with one of my cats or, reading with me, which is in this case right now, lately it's been Honey Bear. She lays with me and we'll read Red Cat Ramen together. That's what I'm reading. One of the weeklies I'm reading right now is Red Cat Ramen. She likes Krishna, the tiger who makes the udon. Anyways, to watch anime, I just like watching it. Unless I'm watching a film showing other people, like with somebody, then we'll go downstairs and use our TV downstairs in the living room, like on the PS4, or we have a smart TV, whatever the fuck. But otherwise, I'll just watch it in my room on my computer. I have 2 monitors. So lately, what I've been able to do is like watch anime and draw, or build Gunpla and watch anime, whatever the fuck, So, anyways, what about you guys?
My preferred environment would be on the TV. Like, I like to sit on the couch with like a blanket and just being comfy and watching it on TV. I don't really like watching anything on my phone. The only time I will watch something on my phone is if I'm at work or something like that. Manga, I do prefer, depending. So now I've been pretty selective with my manga reading because I just don't have the space to store my manga anymore. So now I'm starting to become a little bit more selective on which physicals I buy. But I do definitely prefer reading the physical copies versus digitally. However, digitally saves money for my wallet. So I will read a lot of manga now on my phone and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I already am like running out of space for.
Yeah.
And
it's hard.
I'm not stopping. I keep buying them because I'm like, fuck it. Like, I want the whole thing. I want all of it, I just got to change shelves. But yeah, pretty much like, yeah, if I can't let the physical stop me. And if I want to read the latest chapter or something, I'm like, no, I got to read it right now.
Yeah.
So, latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man was fucking wild. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, Nick, I know we joke with Nick all the time, like, yo, Bucky, whatever. But like, how do you watch anime and read manga? Probably just on your tablet, right? Or your computer? You watch it on your computer.
Yeah, I watch a lot of it I watch it on my tablet mostly, and a little bit on the phone, and then I don't watch that much on the PC. Actually, I like to watch it on the go. In case I got to pack up and run.
Yeah, you just anytime you can do it, you just work it in.
Yeah, that's although I've been slacking a lot lately. I got sucked into Overwatch, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I've been slacking too.
Yeah, video games, dude, the ultimate killer of everything.
Yeah, I moved from Blasphemous 2 to back to Hades now, so now I'm kind of fucked up on that.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. But yeah, like manga, I read on the phone and the tablet. So yeah, phone, tablet.
Yeah,
50-50.
You're working it in. You're getting it in.
I get a little tummy time. I have my little yellow pillow.
Tummy time.
Somebody posted in the Discord, they're like, you don't know men until you've seen their little yellow pillow. It's like a pillow with no pillowcase. It's all like sweat stained.
Ew.
I have a pillowcase.
Nasty.
But I lay down in a cool, dark room and I watch anime. So yeah.
Cool, dark room. All right, Nick, or Danny, waifu and husbando, what do you got?
Waifu is Kimi Nakaoka and husbando is Gen Nakaoka. And Kimi is the mom and Gen is her son.
I didn't know it was that kind of story, Danny.
Hey, I didn't pick these.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just because
there's no good choices here. So
yeah, there's no good choices here because it mostly centers on this family or whatever. But
he's a child, Danny.
Again, I didn't pick
I'm gonna
him.
get up in arms. The waifu and husbando have to literally be your wife and husband, okay? Because I'm one of those people.
You said that you're the opposite. You said they didn't have.
I know. I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, hold on. Now you're flipping the pacho. Okay, here we go.
Wait, hold on.
Best boy, best girl.
Okay.
We can do that if we want. That's what I see it as. But that'd be really funny if somebody had Gen as their husbando, like a body pillow of Gen or something.
Okay,
It's like,
dude.
what?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Barefoot Gen.
そんな想いを募り思いは溢れ弾けそう胸のときめきで
1983. Okay, Studio Madhouse, directed by Nori Masaki, and animation director and character designer by Kazuo Tomizawa. Music by Kentaro Haneda. Based on the manga Barefoot Gen, Hadashi no Gen by Keiji Nakazawa. All right.
And it's based on a life story. It's like loosely based on it.
It's the summer of 1945. 3 years have passed since the war between Japan and USA began and the Allied powers began. Gen is a young boy living a struggling yet satisfying life in the city of Hiroshima that has been strangely spared by the bombing taking almost every other Japanese city. Food is scarce, and Gen's family is suffering from severe malnutrition, which endangers his pregnant mother. There isn't much time to spare when Gen and his little brother Shinji help their father and mother work and try to make ends meet during tough times. Little do they know what the Americans and the Allied powers have in store for Hiroshima on the 6th of August in 1945. Their lives are about to change dramatically. Yeah. So this manga...
It's like 10 volumes, right?
It's 10 volumes, and it came out in
And there's a second movie also, which we're not covering now, but it just kind of continues the story.
Yeah, but it goes a couple years past, and there's some novels too, which are also written by Keiji Nakazawa, that had come out after. I don't know what those are about. I think they're like after like they're like long epilogues or something. But it came out in Weekly Shonen Jump, Shimin, Bunko Hyoran, and Kyoku Hyoran, which all those magazines I believe have been absorbed by Shonen Jump since then, or Shonen or Shueisha. So anyways, that came out weekly or monthly, I believe, from 73 to 87. Or maybe probably weekly or semi-weekly or bi-weekly. Anyways, this movie came out in 1983, so 40 years old in July. Not 50, 40. My bad. So, yeah, dude, let me tell you this, okay? I went into this like 90% blind.
Same.
Okay, I knew it centered around.
How did you guys not know what this is about?
Because I've heard it through like the Pacho, right? Like,
oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
so Danny didn't know what she was gonna watch.
I knew it was. I knew it took place around the bombing of Hiroshima and whatever. I thought it was gonna be like, it's just like a family trying to survive like a couple months after it happened or something.
Yeah, like what's that recent movie that? Oh shoot, there's one that came out a few years ago. Here we go. This is it.
In this corner of the world.
In this corner of the world. Okay, you thought it was gonna be like that?
Yeah, we reviewed.
Okay,
we reviewed.
Yeah, we reviewed that one.
And I thought it was gonna be something like that. I was like, oh shit, okay. No, it was clear within the first like 5 minutes of the movie. I was like, oh wait a second, and with the dates and all that stuff, I was like, oh wait a minute. Oh shit. I'm like, great. So
it's like the Family Guy skit. They did a Family Guy skit about this, I think.
I was like, dude, so basically all these characters we're seeing right now are going to die except for Gen or some whatever bullshit. I'm just like, fuck. So, yeah, that was horrible. Just like, I also did not know that. I also did not know like how the art and storyboarding was going to be executed. And so when it,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
When it showed the stuff it showed, I was like, whoa, okay. Like,
bro, it's the 80s. They could do what they wanted, man.
Dude, they made sure. They were like, this is how horrible this was. And I was like, fuck. Anyways, what about
the art style wasn't super realistic, so it was kind of like this weird combination,
Yeah.
It wasn't like Ghibli level, and it didn't look like a lot of the 80s OVAs. It looked, oh, maybe it did. Maybe it did a little bit, but I would not say this is Madhouse at their best. This was like kind of mid-level Madhouse animation. I think there's some Sakuga scenes which were kind of random, like him like running up and down the stairs. Like, wow, they animated the shit out of that.
Yeah, and then later it was kind of like whatever, Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of medium animation.
If you look at the art in the manga by Keiji Nakazawa, it's very, very 70s. Very like if you've ever read Tsukiban Deka or Astro Boy, it's reminiscent of those.
Yeah, because the manga was based. Yeah, it was written then. So yep.
So the anime is definitely more so like if you've ever seen that one. What's that one soccer anime that's really old?
Captain Tsubasa.
Yeah. It's the anime style.
That was airing the same year.
Yeah, the art style leans more towards like that.
Well, and the mangaka Keiji Nakazawa was inspired by Tezuka. So
yes, yeah,
which pretty much all of them were for like in that era, but. Yeah. Oh, we should mention too, if you want to go back a blast from the past, Anime World Order number 58 reviewed Barefoot Gen. This was in 2007. This podcast is still up. So yeah,
that's what's up. I'm going to go listen to that. I didn't know that.
They did a good job. I listened to it way back. Not that long ago, but
back then. Yeah.
Their episodes hold up. It's crazy.
Yeah. This was also based on a one-shot manga by Edu Comics called I Saw It, or it was translated. That one shot was translated into a one-shot comic book called I Saw It, and by Edu Comics in America. Anyways, the anime. So sorry, I fucking started talking over you. What was Danny? What was your first thought? Since how blind were you going in? Did you know anything about it, or were you as blind as me?
I knew it was going to be based in 1945, so I had some sort of significance that it was going to be about the bombing of Hiroshima and everything. I with you, I kind of thought it was going to have the same the same vibe as Corner of the World. I mean, Corner of the World was pretty tragic too. Like it was really sad, but not as nearly sad as like Grave of the Fireflies. So,
yeah, Grave of the Fireflies is the best. If we're gonna rank them, that's number one
in terms of like
by a lot.
Historic history around the Hiroshima bombing.
If we're doing like the World War II anime movies, it's Grave of the Fireflies and then everything else.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I mean,
although I wouldn't want to watch it again.
No, yeah, I'm good on that.
Pretty much none of these I'd want to watch twice, but
so then Danny, when you saw it, did you?
Well, it definitely gave me
Did you peel
Ghibli.
Danny was eating dinner during the
No,
bomb.
I actually wasn't eating anything. It gave me Ghibli vibes, especially with the brothers, Gen and Shinji in the beginning. Like it reminded me of like how the siblings in My Neighbor Totoro interact with each other and stuff, especially like with when they were fighting over the sweet potato and stuff. That reminded me of like Ghibli and stuff. But yeah, when the bombing happened, I like everything that I thought in the beginning of this movie just like went out the window. I did not like what I was watching. Like this is why I don't like I'm a pacifist. Like I don't like war. I really don't. Like there's like why I don't understand why did they have to do that to people? I don't like why that's literally what was going on in my brain. Like why did they have to do that? Like
there's a lot of reasons. It's like there's like a whole historical conversation that we're not qualified on.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, we could go like political on this, and
they talk about it in Oppenheimer, the movie, which came out a little bit
again.
But they chose a city specifically because of like they didn't want to destroy Kyoto because it was too culturally significant. I think they already firebombed Tokyo or whatever, and
Regardless, but
actually the firebombs killed more people than these ones, but
I
it was
don't know,
different.
but still, like so many people suffered, and like
oh yeah, they lost like 100 or 200,000 or something.
yeah,
like
it
some
was a
crazy
lot,
amount.
and I don't know, like
it was 100,000 initially, and then people continue to suffer from the radiation.
yeah,
today,
from the
when earthquakes and
they
stuff
got
happen.
radiation
Yeah.
disease, and you know, of course,
Cancer from the
like
radiation.
starvation, because like literally all their crops are gone. You know,
But actually, it doesn't take as long as you think for the plants to grow back, although it's still not good. Like
Yeah.
I think I'm probably wrong, but like the Chernobyl accident was like a worse because it like got into the ground or like the water somehow.
well,
I don't know.
I mean,
like that one like poisoned the land for forever, pretty much.
I mean, that's the kind of same thing that happened in here. Like the radiation from the bomb, like it
this was more of a short term thing, but it was still very bad.
It was really bad. I mean, it contaminated the water. People got sick from the water and everything. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I just like I cried. Like I absolutely bawled my eyes out, and like I'm saying it right now. I never ever want to watch this movie again. I want to forget it. Like I don't want to watch this movie again. I don't want to talk about it. Like I
Operation Unthink.
Yeah.
no.
For me, it's two things, right? The first thing is, if you've read about the effects of this bomb and how it affected people for, right away and then for years to come, you kind of knew some of that stuff. Like the water went bad and the radiation and all that stuff. One of the things I didn't know is that like some of the people who got like, I'll say seared from the blast. I didn't know that a lot of them were still walking around. Like,
oh yeah, didn't they have that in this corner of the world? They had that too. There was a scene with that.
I didn't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Because there's a character who just like was a shadow, just like sitting there.
And that must have been
that
implied,
part.
right? I didn't know that because that's the second point I was going to make was in these other movies we've seen, they do show some of it like that, but like a lot of it's implied, right? Because they don't want to depict it again. And in this movie, they just straight up show it. The bomb lands and you see people, they like fucking animated it straight up going from.
Yeah. And they were less than a mile from the bomb.
Yeah. Going from flesh to being completely seared, and it was just horrible. I was like, holy crap, they're just showing everything, and people getting crumbled on their houses and things like that, like horrible. And I was just like, okay, no, they're straight up just showing it, like this is just straight up what it is. And back then maybe the way they didn't think about how to, they just wanted to adapt the comic the way it was or whatever, because it was kind of weird how it went from this. There were some moments where it kind of went to like Gen joking with his mom and then being like, okay, but he just saw like some people walking around that were nearly dead and dying in front of him, and now he's all like joking with his mom with the baby coming out, some shit. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Well, he's a kid. Kids are, they're like Jello. They just absorb everything and they bounce back from everything. So
yeah.
Like in an interview, he said that they didn't even think about it really. Shoot, I had the interview pulled up and I don't know where I put it.
I'm sure that's exactly
here it
what
is.
was.
Okay, but yeah, and then at the end of the movie too, it was kind of weird because like, I mean, we're gonna spoil the movie, right? Are we gonna bounce around a little bit?
We can. Yeah,
but
we
like
can
while you're mentioning that, like when the baby dies at the end of the movie, and it's very sad, and then maybe like less than 5 minutes later, Jen and his new brother, because like
not
everybody,
Jen.
not God damn it, I said Jen, like the English dub said Jen, and that fucked me up. Don't watch this English dub because that doesn't even make sense. Like it's a historical thing, it should be subtitle. But so again was they got a new brother because everybody except him and his mom died. And so him and the new brother were like, "Oh, my hair's growing back. Oh, your dead baby sister gave you her hair." I'm like, God damn. So yeah, that was a little bit of a whiplash, but like it actually kind of made it more sad when they did it that way, because they're so like hopeful about everything.
Okay, so we're talking about Gen's hair. So when his hair started falling out, I was like, oh great, so they're gonna just literally kill off the fucking main character, and like, because
that's great with the fireflies, Danny.
that's literally what the symptom was for the radiation disease. I mean, they call the sub called it pica. I don't know what pica means. I tried looking it up, but it
Alopecia.
didn't.
I don't know.
I don't think it was alopecia.
No, it's not alopecia.
No.
Anyway, it's a thing that makes your hair fall out. We're not doctors.
Certain kinds of radiation can, have that kind of effect on your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this case, it did.
And I mean, we saw like a soldier literally his bowels, he had diarrhea that was like all bloody, and he was cold, and his hair was falling out, and then all of a sudden like he died, and Gen loses his hair, but nothing happens to him after that. Like,
yeah, because like what he missed like the initial blast, like he was ducking down to pick up.
Yeah, but he was surrounded by
and
other
he was like
people.
behind
He was surrounded by people who, like.
Well, what happened is like he bent down to pick up a stone that he was like
and got blown
juggling
away.
around.
Yeah,
and he was behind like this little tiny stone barrier,
right? Which
saved him.
By the way, when that happened, here's the thing that kind of like irritates me. That blast happened, and then when he like comes out of the rubble, there's like literally not like soot or scratch on him.
Oh yeah, he's the main character. Yeah, they should have animated
like
that.
They should have just like they should have like animated some scratches, some bruising on him, because like he got hit by this blast and he got flown across or whatever, and then like rubble just was all on top of him, and not one bruise or soot or of like some sort of ash of rubble was on him. Come on, that's like,
I think they wanted him to stand out from the background characters, so they did it that way. That's my guess. But yeah, they definitely should have made him more dirty.
I don't know.
Or full of ash or whatever. Yeah, or covered in ash rather. But yeah, no, I think it also had to do with the fact that like he was. There's a lot of things like that. I kind of forgave it a little bit, because partway through it, like at the beginning, Nick said that there's that part where they animated the shit out of it, where they're writing him in.
There was a few short scenes where they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, they just animated the shit out of it.
And then the bomb, they did that too. But
yeah, and then later they don't animate any other part like that, and you could kind of tell that the studio is kind of, or not the studio, but just like the staff was kind of just doing whatever parts at whatever time. You can kind of tell which parts are outsourced, I believe, as well. So this was like their sixth film that they've ever done, I believe. The first one they've done is they did Unico, obviously. But this one was like the sixth or seventh one they've ever done. So I tend to be a little more forgiving, obviously, when we're watching that stuff. I assume now that if they ever remade the film, they would, make it more realistic, I suppose. But it's weird because like this is one of those, it almost seems like the manga and the movie it's supposed to be one of those films that's like targeted towards a family audience, right? In America, that would never fly. Like, never,
No, in America, the parents would be like, "Oh, it's a cartoon. Let's get the kids to shut up for a couple hours."
Yeah, right. Yeah, we got traumatized by fucking Secret of Nim. Okay, like fucking Owl Man in the cave, whatever. If they, if this had been like, there was animated films like that in America that had heavy themes like that and whatever. but you know, the storyboard was always implied. You know, they never showed the actual disasters and things happening. Whereas in this one, you know, they're kind of showing everything. And, you know, in terms of like it not being realistic when he wasn't covered in soot and all that, whatever, you know, I kind of just assumed it was because of they're just animating it and just doing it up. You know what I mean? I don't think they thought about it, or maybe that's how it was in the manga. So they just didn't question it. I'm looking at like pages of the manga right now, and it looks a little weird, but like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's a little, yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the up and down of like the up and down of like the atmosphere because of that, because I do believe that this was supposed to be kind of like a historical drama aimed at all audiences. You know, in other countries, they were not afraid to just show things like that, right? Whereas, like I said before, you know, in American animated films that had heavy themes, they censored it a little bit, or, you know, implied it so it would still be heavy, but you wouldn't see it. And in Japan, obviously, they're just like, nah, dude, this is how horrible it was. And so, like, it's just kind of weird because it went up and down a little bit from like these little weird comedy quips between Gen and Ryuta, or Gen and whoever, and then back to a part where here's a soldier having anal leakage, you know, with blood and throwing up blood and then dying, and then losing his hair, and then Gen finding out later he's losing his hair, like literally right after. It's just, you know, it kind of was weird, you know what I mean? There were scenes where it's like, oh, well, mom needs to eat so she can feed the baby, or we need to get milk for the baby. How do we do that? Well, let's go do this and look for jobs and whatever. And then Ryuta calls him Big Brother. He's like, oh, I like when you call me Big Brother. Oh, well, I'll call you more then. Ha, Big Brother, Big Brother. And it's like, okay. And then they get hired to take care of this dude who's diseased. And it just cuts to this dude covered in maggots eating at his skin and shit. And like, there's like a bucket of blood sitting next to him, or it's like water and blood mixed together because they're washing blood off of him or whatever. And it's like, all right.
It's the perfect dinner movie.
All right, man.
We gotta stop watching anime that you can't eat while you're watching it, you know? God damn.
Yeah.
First Peter Chung and now this.
First Peter Chung. Oh man. Yeah. So I mean, it's something. It was produced by Orion Video here. I should see if I can find a copy of it on the VHS. But yeah, it's definitely something. If you showed, like, if I saw this as a kid, you know, just like, I would just think, oh, look, it's an anime about a kid running around and being a kid in Japan, and it's an anime. I would just put it in and watch it and not think anything of it. Right. You know, like, cause you know, my stupid ass would not read the back, or, you know, whatever. But even on the VHS Orion Video I'm looking at, it's got that same not for kids sticker as my Akira copy of Akira has. You know what I mean? From Orion Video. It's got the little red with the strike through it and the little child face behind it going, but like, yeah, dude, this movie is, I would say like, it's kind of dated in terms of like the way it looks, but like how
of course it's dated. It's from 1983.
Well, I know, but there's a lot of 80s anime that like holds up, you know what I mean? Like, so like there's, in my opinion, there's quite a few 80s anime and 90s anime that looks really nice right now, you know? So
yeah, what was the budget of this one? It's probably pretty cheap.
15 million Dauda, I think.
Okay.
No.
That
it doesn't
sounds
say.
more.
It doesn't say.
But yeah, it definitely, I mean, it didn't have the budget of Akira, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Like Akira was made, you know, in the 80s, and that looks amazing. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
it still sounds kind of shitty though. Like, I'm telling you, and I say this every time, like, they didn't get good sound effect or like Foley effects in anime until like late, I don't know, 90s, mid 90s.
Yeah, no, the sound.
I'm sure the technology existed. They just didn't use it. I don't know.
The sound in Akira is definitely way better than this, but yeah, no,
It's
I
still
agree
not
with you.
great. Like it still could be a lot better.
The sound in Barefoot Gen is because I watched the sub.
Well, I watched it on a site, and it was whatever quality I was watching was real bad.
Well, and I watched it on a YouTube channel that somebody uploaded, and I kind of feel like it was a VHS rip. Like
yeah, it's on Prime Video right now too.
Yeah, and then I went to like another website that was like streaming it probably from like a DVD rip.
Wait,
And
where did
it
you
sounded
guys
almost-
watch this?
I watched it on YouTube. Someone uploaded it on YouTube.
It's on Retro Crush.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
That's where
Wow.
I watched it.
Why didn't I check for that?
Sam, you talk about Retro Crush all the time. I would have figured
I
that
know,
would
I
be your
fucked up. I didn't
first
check
like
it.
thing that you would have checked.
Wait, there's a dub on YouTube. Oh, you found a sub. Never mind. I
There's
see
a
it.
sub and dub on YouTube. So on Mal, it says resources, and then it didn't say, or it says available at, and it didn't say.
Well,
And
if
then-
you go on AnyList, it says
Yeah, I
Retro
know.
Crush.
I should have went on Analyst. Actually, you know what? Too, I've been using Letterboxd lately.
Oh my god.
Really cool website. And it also tells you services. Oh yeah, Retro Crush right here. Fucking A.
Wow, it says that. Okay, well,
On Letterboxd and Analyst, yeah, it says Retro Crush right here. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my.
I've just been googling
film
like
list.
a buffoon.
like a buffoon, yeah, like a buffoon, yeah. Yeah. No, okay. Anyways, everyone should go to Retro Crush. It's amazing. It's free. Old school anime. Shut up. Okay. Anyways, I hit my mic just now, so sorry about that. I was wailing in frustration. So Danny clearly knows what's up, and yeah. So what are your? You know what? I talked a lot. I'm sorry about that.
You have to log in to watch it. It gave me a 404 when I clicked on it.
You have to
Retro
log
Crush?
in.
Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
once you like make an account, you can watch stuff for free, but there are ads in between.
Yeah. Freemium or whatever they call it.
Freemium, yeah.
Which
But anyways,
Crunchyroll no longer has apparently.
the sound was chup. It was a little bit chuppy.
It's an 80s movie.
That being
Honestly,
said-
I really was not expecting any like spectacular 80s Studio Ghibli Akira budget into this film, in all honesty. Like,
That might be a good thing. Based on what they showed.
Yeah.
based on what they showed, yeah. I mean, you can honestly, like, my opinion, the minute, practically his entire family died, like, and them showing literal children and animals just evaporating and burning from the atomic bomb, I was just like in shock and everything. As a viewer, I did not like what I was seeing. As an artist, it was very interesting on how they animated the people like melting. That's the only term that I can describe it, really, is like it just looked like people were like they were just melting and stuff. And like that part in particular, and how like it almost looked like an acid trip, especially when the bomb like made impact, and all the buildings kind of like warped a little bit and everything, and eventually everything just like blew up into smithereens and stuff. I really liked how they animated it, and the color choices that they used for that. As an artist, as a viewer just watching it, I did not like anything that happened in this movie. It made me feel things. It made me hate. It made me see what my true beliefs really are, and that like I am a pacifist. Like this type of movie, I was reading like a little bit on the wiki page and how there are some people like to this day who, you know, say that this event, you know, there was a reason for it. It ended the war and everything. But then there are people who are all like, but it was a war crime. Like it involved, you know, civilians dying, not just like a military base, you know. It wasn't
Every war is a crime.
It
Danny.
wasn't like soldiers dying or something like that. I can't.
That happens in every war, though. Civilians take the brunt of it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
And like,
Yeah.
I was
Like, look
I
what's
was
happening in
reading
Ukraine.
it a little bit more too. I should have stopped. But like, I was reading that, you know, nearly, where did I see it? Like 90,000 to like 140,000 people died throughout the 4 months of the day of the impact till like the next 4 months of like the aftermath and stuff. Hiroshima lost like between 90,000 and 140,000 people. So like,
Yeah.
that's just, no. I don't understand.
Well, it showed us, what is it? Silver lining. It showed how bad these things are. so.
Right. You know, and that's what,
And also,
here is. I
it might
found
have
it.
saved lives, like overall. And it, you know, I'm just giving a, what do you call it? Devil's advocate here.
Silver
Right.
lining.
I found the little paragraph. It says supporter. I'm only going to read like a sentence. It says supporters claim that the atomic bombings were necessary to bring an end to the war with minimal casualties. Critics believe that the bombings were a war crime and unnecessary for the war's end, and highlight that moral and ethical implications of the intentional nuclear attack on civilians. So that,
it was definitely a war crime.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
Like,
you can argue that, but
that aspect, I was just like,
it was also effective. So I don't know.
yeah, I mean,
It's kind of fucked up that like this was like of the World War II war crimes, this was actually not even close to the worst one.
yeah. I mean, they also after.
Even Japan did worse things than this too. Like
Yeah,
they did,
yeah, I mean,
but anyway,
you know, Pearl Harbor is a example.
no, that Pearl Harbor is nothing.
Well, it's
like
nothing
what they did to
compared to
China
this.
was what they did when they invaded China and you know other parts. Like that was super fucked up. So,
But I mean, they definitely like. I felt Kimmy's rage in a way when like those passerbyers were like crying and they asked them like, oh, what's wrong? And the people who were crying, they're all like, oh, the war is over because of a surrender. And like Kimmy's face was just like, what? The war's over? Are you kidding me? So, yeah, like I feel like the mom is also another thing that I had an issue with this movie is she had all these tragedies, like her 3 kids have died, and her husband died. And, you know, throughout when her husband and her 2 children got buried under the collapsed house and she was trying to save them, but it was too heavy and stuff. Like you saw her go kind of like you saw her insanity. Like she wasn't in she wasn't in the state of mind to like think really. And I thought she was going to crack. Like I thought she wasn't going to survive really. But then all of a sudden she kind of just like out of like a blink of an eye, she was like better. Like, and then when her daughter passed away, like she didn't really, she cried, but again, like, I don't know that I didn't feel like emotion to her. You know, I felt more emotion to her when she was reacting to her family dying in like when the bomb actually fell and stuff, like when her house was burning down.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
So-
That's how it would go in real life too.
I don't know. I think if I was her, I wouldn't. I don't know. I would be probably in more of a depressed mental state versus like how she was feeling throughout between the impact and her daughter passing. I don't know. I don't know. Her whole demeanor was just weird to me.
Well, people handle it differently. So
Well, that's what I was gonna say next. Is so
I'm not gonna nitpick it.
Yeah,
She lost,
I'm
like,
not gonna
everything,
nitpick.
so.
And here's why. Number one, because I don't know if the translation I was watching was correct. But
Probably not.
well, it seems weird because Danny
The
said
one
that
I was watching was definitely not correct.
Danny said that when those two people were crying about them surrendering, that she turned around and said, "What, are you kidding me? We surrendered."
Oh, she was mad because it's like they should have surrendered earlier. Oh, and this is a whole
No, I
thing
don't-
with
I don't know. I don't-
with Gen's father. Gen's father was like a radical leftist.
That's what I was trying to say next.
Yeah.
Was
There's a whole story about that.
his parents are anti-war and they were like, "We should just stop this. It's stupid."
Yeah, and actually, his
so-
father got thrown in jail. Not in the movie, but I'm reading an interview. His father got thrown in jail and like tortured because of that.
Which is not in the movie. I don't know what Nick's talking about.
Like the thought. It's not in the movie, but it's just kind of behind the scenes.
Okay, so anyways, the point
Actually,
I'm
his
trying to
father
make
has
is-
the best quote in the movie too. Go ahead.
Fuck. Okay, so like the point I'm trying to make is their parents, Gen's parents, was like they were pretty like against the war. They were like, I don't care. It takes more of a man to not fight and put down.
I
the gun."
have the quote right here. It says, Gen's father says, "This war can't be right, but it's only the cowards like me who dare say it. If there were only a few more like us, sometimes it takes more courage not to fight than to fight, to not want to kill when all around you are calling for blood. That's real courage in my book. If you boys remember nothing else I teach you, I hope you remember that."
Okay, that's that's literally the translation I watched on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. So it's more or less that's what he said.
So then I don't know what Danny what the mom said in that part in the version Danny watched, but when I watched it, she turns around and goes, why not sooner? Why didn't they fucking surrender sooner? Like why there were already 2 other cities bombed before we got bombed. So they could have just
There's a
surrendered
whole
before
history of that. I don't know. I think the generals were like maniacs. There's a reason for it. Like the emperor was actually the voice of reason for once.
Well, there was
I think he overrode they wanted to keep fighting, and I think he overrode them.
and there was also a
anyway, yeah.
narrator throughout the movie too that had said like
Yeah, and this
they
wasn't in the
bombed
movie,
one other
but-
place afterwards after her.
Yeah, they bombed.
Nagasaki.
Yeah, you can go watch
Nagasaki.
In This Corner of the World for that.
Yeah.
If you want to watch that one. This is
Yeah.
the sequel to Grave of the Fireflies, right?
God, fucking Nick. He was
Yeah, we got a whole
every
trilogy
anime is-
going.
every
We got
anime
a
is a sequel
trilogy.
to-
You got Grave of the
every anime is a
Fireflies,
sequel to
Barefoot
something
Gen,
else.
and then In This Corner of the World.
Yeah, dude, no. It and so like that's kind of like it's you could tell that the movie was obviously very anti-war and stuff. But like yeah, dude. It's
Pro-war is kind of cringe. I don't know how you'd even make a pro-war
yeah, I don't know how
movie.
you would make a,
Unless it's like a crazy like Expendables or something like that,
just watch any movie with Kevin Sorbo in it.
Yeah.
Fucking loser. Anyway. Yeah, does anyone got any final thoughts before we I mean, I think Danny said her feelings pretty well. Which I'm hearing it.
I just it made me feel things that I didn't really need.
Well, here's what I'm saying. We need to go back to the days where you could settle things with a one-on-one. Okay?
Fisticuffs.
No weapons. Okay, wrap the fists. You can even put the MMA gloves on them, whatever, and just duke it out. If one country's having a beef with some other country, we put our commander in chief, aka the president or prime minister,
Slap
in a
fight.
ring.
Slap fight.
Slap fight. Slap fight. You go out to the table and you slap as hard as you can. Whoever gets knocked the
That might
fuck
even
out.
be more dangerous than fisticuffs.
Yo, yeah, some of those people getting slapped on those.
I think somebody died from that.
I've seen people get knocked the fuck out, just going cold and just shaking on the floor. It's crazy. But then You know, a bunch of innocent people when we get killed, right? We need to go. But listen,
Yeah, but where's the fun in that, Sam? Come on.
If I had beef, I would make sure that nobody else got involved. It's me. It's gonna be me and you. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm all about that. But when it comes to war, I think all of us can agree that we're just like, nah, B.
You do the Ace, not what do you got? Not Ace Ventura. God damn it. Phoenix, right? Yeah.
What about
Ace
Phoenix,
Detective? Right? You point at him and say objection, and then you challenge him.
Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney. What the fuck am I talking about?
Nick, you would like those games, I think. Danny really likes them.
I know the soundtrack a little bit.
I know the
Oh my
soundtrack.
god.
But yeah,
I've also been listening to the Doom soundtrack lately. That's pretty good.
The ones that are just like a straight up ripoff of actual like metal, actual. Oh, dude, you
Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal.
Oh, Doom Eternal. Okay, I thought you were talking about the original ones. Anyways, this is now a Doom podcast. Anyways, I like the Dwayne the Rock Johnson adaptation of Doom.
Well, he'd be a good president. I think he'd win every fist fight. There would never be a woman like leader ever because you just pick like the burliest guy, and he'd be like dumb as bricks. But he'd be like, he's our contender or whatever.
Listen, when you're talking about the genocide of Japanese people due to an atomic bomb, we have to make jokes at the end of the podcast. Okay,
it was not a genocide. It was a mass killing.
Close enough.
Genocide is where you try to wipe out their entire race.
No, you're right. Sorry, wrong choice of words. Yeah, but mass destruction.
Or well, I don't know what it was called, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
we should pick a genocide movie next time.
Oh god.
No, I'm good.
No.
yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
You guys seen Hotel Rwanda?
We already did it though. We did Japan Sinks. I had enough.
Japan Stinks.
I had enough.
That was funny. Now that was actually a funny show.
No.
I just think it's funny that we got AAA Podcast to read it on their best comedy of the year. They're like, what?
You're such a dickhead, Nick. And just remember, we were talking about the part where they
shot in the Game Boy.
He got shot in the Game Boy. And fucking Nick is laughing. He's like,
no, he was laughing even harder when the freaking
at the poison gas.
With the poison gas. Jeez.
Oh man.
Can't believe it.
Hey, Barefoot Gen didn't make me laugh. Again. God damn it. I can't even say it.
Man, I can't.
Well, this movie didn't make me laugh.
I'm looking for what that woman said when she was talking to those people. I can't find it.
When they were walking by and crying? Yeah, in my translation.
Yeah, you had it right. It's fine. She was mad at them because she wanted it to end sooner.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm just curious on what Retro Crush's translation was.
All right, stand by as Danny watches 5 commercials.
Oh God, no! It's more like 3 commercials.
Oh, that's better.
Anyways, if you guys watch Barefoot Gen, oh wait, we got to score it. Shit,
I don't want to score this. Oh God,
Danny, you have to score it and put it on your 3x3.
No.
I mean,
I haven't even given a score yet.
I give it. I think culturally, it's like a big deal, right? But like, obviously,
well, on my anime list, it's ranked number 992 and popularity 2907.
Crazy.
52,000 members. So that's relatively low popularity, if all things considered. If you go to Grave of the Fireflies, let's just check that one here.
Yeah, I was gonna say
this is rank 123, popularity 300, so and 650,000 members. So that's like a lot more.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think most people would just agree that
I think
Grave of the Fireflies is like the superior historical.
The legacy of Barefoot Gen is the bombing scene, like the 10-minute scene where the bomb is happening.
Yeah,
that's like the main thing people take from the movie. And you have people like react to that scene on YouTube and stuff. They're like, whoa, like they're reacting to it.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the whole thing of this movie. Which, hey, if your movie has one famous scene, that's pretty good, I guess. But yeah, that does not mean it's a great movie. It just means it has one famous scene.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe it is.
I don't know.
Just because it's culturally impactful, based on the manga and whatever, I give it 5 out of 10. Otherwise, I probably would rate it lower. So 5 cans of milk out of 10. There. What about you guys?
I don't want to rate it.
Come on, Danny. What did I give in this corner of the world? Let's see.
I don't know. I guess I'll give it a 5. Like, if I had to rate it, I'll give it a 5. I really did not. Again, it made me feel things that I didn't want today. In all honesty, like I didn't need this. So
that's okay. Yeah. Nick.
All right, I'm gonna give it 6. Dogs with their skin sloughing off out of 10.
It's gross, man. It's gross.
Oh, I found it.
That's really what happened too. Like the bomb is like 5,000 degrees, and your skin just like melted.
Well, the
It just
narrator,
melted
at
off.
least the translation of the narrator when he was describing it, he said it reached an excess of 4,000 degrees.
Yeah. 4,000. And their eyeballs popped out and stuff.
That's instant, almost. Like
Guts came out. Apparently, if you were wearing white clothing, you were at a much lesser risk because of the way that it worked.
Probably due to like the way it reflects light or whatever, or something
like that. Yeah. I'm not a doctor.
But like it was like depending on how close you were to the blast or whatever.
Well, yeah, duh.
It could be instant vaporization, yeah, whatever, that kind of thing. But like, obviously, some distance away, some people were still alive and walking around, and that was like, ugh, man. Anyways, so be smart like Danny and go to Retro Crush and watch this. Don't watch it where we watched it. Obviously,
no, YouTube probably wasn't that. It was probably the YouTube probably had better quality than where I watched it.
The YouTube was.
I mean, I'm not saying it was good, but probably better than mine.
Yeah. But I think art wise and some of the direction was really good. It just not really for me. And I'm kind of that particular art style. The character design, by the way, was Kazuo Tomizawa. I'm not big on that. The Captain Tsubasa like look. I'm not really big on that art style.
Yeah. The old. I don't think it doesn't hold up as well as the Ghibli designs.
Yeah.
And even the Akira designs. That's a high bar though, to be fair.
Yeah. And that's a personal thing for me. You know what I mean? Like once you get like into like Leiji Matsumoto territory, I love the way that looks. The way he does that is amazing. And once you get into Saint Seiya and all those, Sonoda, all that kind of stuff, then I'm into it. But this particular style, although I can appreciate it and I can appreciate Barefoot Gen's cultural significance.
I found it. I found the part.
Okay, what does she say?
So she says, "What do you mean the war is over now?"
Oh, okay. So it's kind of more generic.
Yeah, and she's crying and stuff. So, and that was it. Like the people walked off, and she's just crying.
Well, shit.
Yeah, because
I kind of like the other one better. I like the other translation better.
Yeah,
because she's she's feeling it.
Yeah,
she's like,
why not
all right, don't watch it on Retro Crush. Watch it on a shady site
it's
or
whatever.
YouTube.
Like Gen is all like, "Mom, what's wrong?" And like he's just being a kid and stuff. And then he's all like, "Well, let's just build a house. Like I'm gonna build a house here. Like
Yeah. That's right there with some of the parts I was talking about. Like the juxtaposition of it was weird.
This is why everybody hates kids. They're too happy.
Oh man. Anyways, you can watch it a few places. So we already told you. So if you do watch it, you got an hour and a half to spare. Go ahead, go right ahead. If not, I'm gonna tell you right now.
You know what? At the very least, watch the bomb scene. If you don't want to watch the whole movie, just watch the scene of the bomb.
Yeah.
God, I almost stopped watching this because it was just
because of that.
Oh God! Like even after like the events that were happening, I was just like, I don't want to fucking watch this. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this Thank you for listening every week. And again, I'll get the Shopify in order before. Right now, it's only open to patrons. So, obviously we'll get it in order.
It's a soft
before.
launch.
Yeah, a soft launch for the patrons only, but come in the next 7 days or so. It'll be open for everyone. We'll make sure that everything is in order before we launch it to everyone else. Okay. So that being said, war is bad. Okay. And I love you guys very much. Thanks for listening every week. And actually, let me just say this really quick. Every week, war is bad, right? Obviously. Okay. It's really shitty. Duh. But like every week, obviously, you guys, I'm always saying things like, I love you guys. I love you guys the way you are. It's because I do. Okay. I care about all of you very much. You guys make it so we can keep yelling about fucking cartoons up here. Whatever. Okay. I do want to say this though. Okay. Just because Ellen DeGeneres sucks, right? She sucks ass. So I'm going to steal her message and, maybe I'm not the 100% kindest person in the world, but at least I can fucking admit it, unlike her, right? So I'm just going to steal her message and tell you, be kind to one another. All right. Be chill. Okay. In fact, I'm going to change it. I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to quote, Roadhouse. Dalton from Roadhouse. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. Otherwise, be nice.
I still need to watch that movie.
You should. It's really good.
I know.
My favorite part is when he kicks someone, he looks at the camera and goes, Roadhouse.
That's the name of the movie.
That's it. He doesn't do that, but no, we'll do a
That should be a rule. Every movie should have to say
the title,
the name of the movie. And Barefoot Gen, they never said it. They're like, whoa, you're like some kind of Barefoot Gen.
Yeah.
Where'd your shoes go?
Or how about why are you barefoot, Gen?
Yeah.
There we go. See, Danny wove it in.
Danny wove it in there real nice. Yeah.
I was on the hot tub time machine level right there.
Yeah. Must be some kind of hot tub time. Oh man. But yeah, seriously, be nice. Be nice. Bill and Ted. I'll quote Bill and Ted. I can quote movies all day. Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent. Oh my god, Bill and Ted.
Yeah, dude. So crates. Anyways,
dude.
I do love you guys very much. So thank you for supporting us every week. And again, double feature. Science fiction double feature. After listening to this, go listen to the Brad Pack episode that's going to be up. Have a good time with that. Talk about Long Duck Dong. And yeah, dude. I've been Sam. That's been Nick. That's been Danny. And we've been the Anime Summit Podcast.